Good morning. It's time for our Sunday reading. Today I'm reading from the Penguin Book of Russian Poetry. It's a winner of the English Pen Award. And we are reading 3 poems from Mikhail Lermontov. The first one is Cossack Lullaby. Sleep, my little one, sleep soundly. High above your head, bright and clear, the moon is shining silver on your bed. I shall tell you one more story, sing you one more song. Close your eyes and let sleep take you. Sleep, my little one. Splashing over stones and shingle, the Terek swirls below us, while some Chechen hones his dagger, squatting by a boulder. But your father's battle hardened, he'll protect his son. Sleep in peace and fear no stranger. Sleep, my little one. You'll grow up and, like your father, live a fighter's life. Sword in hand, you'll leap on horseback, glad to join the strife. I'll embroider brilliant colors, golden as the sun. Silk to lay upon your saddle. Sleep, my little one. You will have a warrior's bearing and a Cossack soul. I shall watch you leave the village and wave, and off you go. I shall know long nights of weeping, bitter tears will run. Sleep, my angel, deeply, sweetly. Sleep, my little one. I'll know only fear and worry when you're out of sight. All day long I will be praying, reading signs all night. I shall dream you in strange countries, friendless and alone. Sleep now, while you know no trouble. Sleep, my little one. Keep this icon I shall give you. Keep it close at hand. Pray to it when darkness holds you in some distant land. And when riding into battle, think of me, my son. Don't forget your grieving mother. Sleep, my little one. Love that. It's beautiful. The next is Borodino. Borodino. Come, tell me, was it all for naught that Moscow burned, although we fought and would not yield? Come, uncle, tell the tale again of how we fought with might and main, and men remember, not in vain, our Borodino's field. Yes, in our time the men were men, and from the heat of battle then, how few returned their fields to till. Heroes, not lads like you. They still fought on, but could not stay God's will that Moscow burned. We beat retreat by day and night. We fumed and waited for the fight. The old men jeered. We'd better winter in the bogs and build up huts and bring in logs, but never turned to face the frogs and singe their beard. But then a noble stretch of ground to build a great redoubt we found, and there entrench. All night we listened, not a stir, but when the dawn touched fur by fur and lit the guns, why then, good sir, we saw the French. I had my powder tightly rammed. I'll serve you now, and you be damned, my fine monsieur. No hope for you to lurk and crawl. We'll stand against you like a wall, and if needs must, we'll give our all for Moscow here. For 3 whole days without a change, we only shot at distant range, no use at all. You heard men saying left and right, it's time to buckle to and fight, until across the fields the night began to fall. I lay to sleep beside my gun, but heard the cheer till night was done. The Frenchmen made. Our men were quiet. One would sit and mend his coat where it was slit, or bite his long mustache and spit and clean his blade. The very hour night was fled, our guns began to move ahead. My God, the rattle! Our officers were gallant then. They served their Tsar and loved their men. They lie asleep in field or fen. Who led the battle? The colonel set our hearts astir. Moscow's behind, my lads for her, as all have heard. Our fathers fought with might and main. Let's swear to die for her again. And there on Borodino's plain we kept our word. That was a day. Towards our redoubt we saw the Frenchmen gallop out through smoky air. Dragoons as bright as on parade, and blue hussars with golden braid, and uhlans, what a show they made. They all were there. That was a day will never die. The flags like spirits streaming by, a fire ahead, the clash of steel, the cannon's blast, our arms too weak to slay at last, but few. The bullets there were that passed our wall of dead. That day the foemen learned to write the way we Russian soldiers fight, fierce hand to hand, horses and men together laid, and still the thundering cannonade. Our breasts were trembling as it made tremble the land. Then darkness fell on hill and plain. Yet we were game to fight again when dawn was red, till all at once the drums began. And as they rolled, the Frenchmen ran, and we must reckon, man by man, our friends the dead. Yes, in our time the men were men, soldiers, not lads like you, but then heroes indeed. Hard was the fate their courage earned, not many from the field returned, and never had our Moscow burned, but God decreed. That is about the Battle of Borodino. This is Dream. At blazing noon in Dagestan's deep valley, a bullet in my chest, dead still I lay. As steam yet rose above my wound, I tallied each drop of blood as life now seeped away. Alone I lay within a sandy hollow, as jagged ledges teemed there rising steep. With sun-scorched peaks above me burning yellow, I too was scorched, yet slept a lifeless sleep. I dreamt of lights upon an evening hour, a lavish feast held in my native land, and fair young maidens garlanded with flowers. Their talk of me was merry and offhand. But one of them, not joining their free chatter, sat timidly apart, bemused, alone, sunk in a dream, her soul by sadness shattered. God only knows what made her so forlorn. She dreamed of sand in Dagestan's deep valley, a gorge in which a man she knew lay dead. Black steam still rose above the wound's scorched hollow, as blood streamed down and cooled like molten lead. That has to be my favorite Mikhail Lermontov poem. It's beautiful. Thank you very much. I hope that today has been gratifying, edifying, and I hope you enjoy Sunday readings with me, with Andrea. Love you. Have a beautiful Sunday.